It's another beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Rubbin Minds. Welcome. My name is Ebuka Buchanan. Thanks a lot for joining us. Yes, we're going to be kicking off the show as we always do, talking about news that caught our attention during the week. There's a lot of politics in the air, of course. There's a lot of controversy as well in the political space. Drama. Dates, of course, have been fixed by the major parties with regards to the primaries as to when they'll be selecting their candidates for the presidential elections in February of 2019. We also have some other parties who have picked their candidates. I think the most prominent of which is the YPP, which has confirmed Dr. Kingsley Moghalu as their presidential candidate. We've also had some other candidates pick up forms from some parties that ended up being quite dramatic. I have here with me Ahmed Agbabiaka, and we're going to be starting off with that. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm talking about Atiku now. He did pick up his form during the week from the Wadata House, the famous Wadata House now, which is the PDP head office. And we'd heard about gunshots, about a fracas breaking out. There were allegations that there were members of the APC who came to disrupt the entire process. We're not sure exactly what happened. But people are starting to say, oh, this is a sign, a very early sign of what might happen on the 16th of February. Should we be very worried?
Well, I think it's just we're in an electionary period and the whole process has started. So I think we should expect all sort of sensationalism from different quarters. I don't know how perhaps they confirmed that the youth that came, or those that came, the hoodlums that came, had their APC membership card pasted on their head, on their forehead, for them to know whether they are APC or not. Don't let's forget that we have a fierce battle amongst the various aspirants under the PDP, and there are salvos being thrown here and there.
Many heavyweights.
Yes, many heavyweights, and a lot of people that consider themselves as the stakeholders, those that have stayed and with the party through rain and sun and all that, you know, they consider themselves as those that should be considered first by the stakeholders of the party in getting the party candidacy to fly the party's flag at the general election. While some that came from, that left the PDP, you know, to other parties and came back, who are considered to be those that made the party to lose in the first place in 2015, compromised the ability of the party, the capacity of the party to win in 2015, are coming back saying they have repented and perhaps they know that the party has been reformed. And all that. So if anybody wants to point any finger, I think they should look within. You can imagine the kind of salvos, the kind of trans that they've been throwing at each other, you know, from the same party. So I think we should not shift blame and create some kind of sensationalism. Yeah. We've had all sorts of things, you know, about people saying the government, the present government, you know, just to bring down the present government, ideas or campaigns, things that are not issue-based, that are just, you know, fake news, you know, lies here and there. So I think from what is happening so far, the opposition needs to get their acts together. This was not how APC went about it in 2014, 2015. So I think they need to brush up, you know, and get their arsenals together and carry out an issue-based campaign, and not this, you know, they attacked us, we attacked them, they chased us.
But if it happens, it happens. I mean, if I go to pick up my form and there's violence, of course I would speak up about it. And I think my point more is to the fact that violence has sadly always been a part of our electoral system. I mean, I can't recall any major election that has happened without reports of deaths, unfortunately. And we've not even gotten to the primary stage yet, and we're hearing of things like this. So what sort of measures are we looking at? Because, I mean, if we're hearing of gunshots when someone just declared their intention, what's going to happen on the 6th of October when the primaries happen? What's going to happen on the 16th of February when the presidential elections happen? You know, should we be worried? Because people have always said, I don't vote because I don't know what's going to happen when I go out there. Reports like this are not going to help with apathy, will it?
Yeah, no. Well, I think a lot of people, Nigerians now, are beginning to rise up, looking at the rate of collection or registration for the PVC, especially during the last extension. I think a lot of people didn't just go to register because they want to collect their PVC and sit at home, especially looking at the collection, the figure of the number of people that registered and collected their PVC compared to what we used to have within the space of 2 weeks. So these things, again, as I say, they are things that create fears. For instance, those that are just normal people that perhaps might like Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, that followed him down to the APC and PDP Wadata house to get his form. And they see that kind of event, that kind of the violence that was recorded also, that was said to have been recorded. They would not want to participate in such a thing again, especially if they were injured or they were nearly injured. So I think the sensationalism, because it's very important that we stop creating fears, that the politicians stop creating fears amongst the people, amongst their followers. Sometimes it backfires. We've heard of a lot of conspiracy here and there. People intentionally arrange for their cars, bulletproof cars, to be shot, and they come out and say all sorts of things. Some people kidnap themselves and say they were kidnapped and all that. You know, so these are the kind of things that happen. So it's very hard to believe right now as we speak. Recently, we heard about the invasion of the search of elder statesman Edwin Clark's house. And it turned out to be, the theory is now becoming something else, like a conspiracy, sort of, because the police hierarchy have come out to say they didn't know anything about it. So a thing of that, a search or an operation of that magnitude has to have the authority or the mandate of the police hierarchy. But they've come out to say, so are we saying is the same thing like what the scenario we observed or that we saw when the Senate President's house was allegedly sieged by DSS and some other people, that has come out to be an argument by some people that, well, it was a plan between some hierarchy in the DSS just to create a sensation, kind of sensation, to create sympathy for the Senate President.
Well,
so
we're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation, of course, looking at Osun State as well, which has elections scheduled for the 22nd of September. I mean, voter buying has become a big talking point these days. So we'll take a break now and be right back.